Hey, Danny Ray with LifeTelesalesMentor.com. Coming today, it's Friday. I hope you guys are having a kick-ass week. All right. I want to speak to a little bit today about a couple of things. First and foremost, rapport building. Guys, I've been mentoring a handful of agents this week, and there's a major misconception about rapport building. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what works for me. And again, what do I know? I mean, I've only written thousands of policies in my day. I've written millions of dollars in premium over my career. I'm just going to be straightforward with rapport building. Okay, rapport building, there's a major misconception. Okay, rapport building, it's got to be simple. It's got to be natural. Okay. You can't get on the phone with somebody and manufacture rapport building. I have seen a handful of scripts this week from agents from that have been trained by other people or the typical IMO where they just say, here's a script and buy your leads and we'll give you a lead bill, whatever the case. There is so much fat in these scripts. There's so much emphasis on rapport building. Okay, rapport building, again, you should not have to manufacture rapport building. It should be very natural. Okay, you got to be in alignment with the client. I'll give you an example. Okay, if you're talking to a client, and again, first and foremost, clients are not stupid. Okay, they know when you care and they know when you don't care. Okay, they know if you just want to make a sale because it comes across your voice. You just can't hide it. Okay, so you got to be very genuine if you're in this business. Okay, if you're coming across as a salesy guy, a salesman, and you're putting your motivation is you're putting yourself ahead of the client, whether it be commission or whatever the case may be, you're going to be one of those people that are out of the business. Okay. You have to be passionately wanting this business as far as being a passionate person and wanting to help the client. The client does not know how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay, that is a fact. So, manufacturing rapport building, you don't need to spend 20, 30 minutes on rapport building. Believe me when I tell you, if the client is on Facebook or a lead or whatever kind of your lead source is, they're in the aura of the Amazon world. Okay, they want a point and click simplicity. Okay, they when they get online and they want life insurance. Okay, just be very clear. They want a point and click prime and have it the next day. They don't want to be on a drawn out phone call. Okay, but rapport building is important, but it's important to do it naturally. Okay, you got to make sure you're in line with the client. That's important. Okay, what I mean by that is just be care, okay? Relate to them. Okay, what I always do when I'm on the phone with a client, rapport building, I let the fact finding, the intelligence gathering, first and foremost, right off the bat, you have to come across that you got to set the tone for the entire phone call. You got to come across as enthusiastic as hell. You got to be sharper than a razor blade, meaning you can't go and be, you got to be straightforward and confident and know what you're presenting. You also got to portray yourself as the best in the business. You have to be. You can't. Nobody wants to do business with somebody that isn't. Okay, if you got the best in the business guy and you got somebody that's not, don't really care, they don't want to do the business with the guy that doesn't care. They want to do business with the best. If you owned a professional sports team, or here's even better: if you're playing basketball with your friends and you're picking teams, are you picking the guy that the last person that you want to pick as a team? Or are you going to try and pick the best guy? It's just the same thing. It's the same thing. So, right off the bat, you got to go ahead and set the tone for the entire conversation. So, the introduction's got to be strong. You got seconds to do it. It's got to be enthusiastic. You got to be portray yourself as the best in the business. Okay, and affirmations is key to put that belief in your head. Okay, but also you have to have bottled enthusiasm and be sharp as a razor blade. Okay, remember, if you're portraying yourself as being a multi-million dollar producer and you really were, how would you act? How would you act? Okay, you would take control of every phone call. Okay, you would come across as a person they want to do business with. So gaining rapport is very important. Don't waste your time in manufacturing rapport building. Please, believe me, the client knows exactly what's going on. If you go ahead and you walk into somebody's office and you're like, "Oh wow, look at this! What a nice picture that is," and you start talking about the picture, the client, look, don't be disingenuous, okay? Make sure the rapport building is natural, okay? Now again, you got to be in line with the client. Okay, when you're fact finding and you're gathering intelligence, and that's rapport building. Okay, again, when you're on the phone with a client, You want to go ahead, if you're a final expense agent, okay, when you're on the phone with the client, you got to hit the emotional points. You got to logically have them, the client, agree that it makes sense what they're looking for. Remember, in actuality, they're contacting you. You're following up with them, depending on which lead you're calling. Okay, but you got to fact find. You got to find out what they're looking for, whether it be burial or cremation. If you're a final expense agent, okay, you got to know what if they had any experiences of maybe a family member passing away and them not having taken care of that, and then share them an experience maybe that you know. That's the rapport building that you're doing. You got to make sure that it's natural. Okay. Again, you got to relate to them. A client does not care how much you know until he knows how much you care. Okay, so be genuine, not ingenuous. Okay, so again, it's very, very important. Also, when you're on the phone with a client, there's so many different personalities when you're on the over the telephone. Okay, again, you got seconds to go and set the tone, but you haven't the enthusiasm, your voice. So you got to go ahead and really relate to the client. In other words, if you have a client that's upbeat, then you should probably be upbeat too. Okay, try and just be just a little bit of level higher than the client. If a client's laid back, then you know what? Just pipe it down a little bit. Okay, people relate to people that have similar interests. Okay, be the person that the client wants you to be. That takes time and experience. All right. You want to try and relate to them and see the world as they see it, okay, and emulate them. Okay, it's really, really important. Again, bottom line, do not be disingenuous. Clients are not stupid. Okay, you got to be absolutely certain over the phone because you are certain. You got to be utterly sincere. Okay, so be sincere. Okay, and you got to be in total control of the conversation. Okay, again, voice tonality is very, very key. You can't be on monotone and talk like this all the time. You got to bring it down. You got to be, you have to whisper sometimes. The tonality is very, very important. Let me ask you a question. If somebody whispers to you, what do? You do this. You come in closer. Same thing. Tonality is very, very important. But you got to know exactly the right time to do tonality. Now, in my mentorship, what I teach is the scripts are based on deriving every objection out of the client so at the end of the presentation, when you're starting to go ahead and roll up your sleeves and really make the sale after the rates, the client has no objection left because you extracted it as you were gaining rapport. Okay, that's the things that I teach in my mentorship is if you're doing a script and a presentation, as you're going through the presentation, okay, you should be at rates between 6 and 8 minutes. Okay, and then the sale begins. But in the meantime, the client's with you. Okay, walking side by side with you. Okay, so again, the main focus of how I do it is I extract all the objections out of the conversation before we even get to the rates. Okay. Again, rapport building is very important, but don't overdo it. It's like, overindulging a client with information. Okay, just don't do it. You're killing yourself before you even get to a certain point. Now, again, rapport is very, very important. Do not manufacture rapport. Okay, don't be disingenuous. Just really care about the client. All the stuff will fall into place. Okay, genuinely care. Okay, care about them. Come across on the phone that you care. Like I care about you guys. I want you guys to be successful. Okay. I, I'm here for you guys, but the bottom line is you got to be genuine to your client. You got to show them they care. Again, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It's just very, very important. Okay. All right. So, again, rapport building, a major misconception I've been hearing this week. You got to rapport. Don't talk about nonsense. Again, the client's not stupid. All right. A client will appreciate and respect you more if you're straight to the point, straightforward, and you don't waste their time. There's also a misconception about, oh, you got to gain their trust. Trust is made when you relate to people. People like to hang out with people they like. People trust the people that are like them because they understand them. So this misconception about, oh, you got to gain the trust, you're really putting obstacles in front of you and making you do something over the phone that you really don't have to do. Just be yourself, genuinely care. It'll come across in your voice and the clients will know that you care about them and you have their best interests at heart. And those are the type of people that trust you. Okay, so again, don't manufacture rapport building. Okay, you're putting a huge obstacle in front of yourself. You're going to make your job so much harder. 20, 30 minutes you're in the conversation, you won't even be at the rates yet. Okay, next thing you know it, you're talking to some distant relative that that lives in Washington, and next thing you're up near Pluto somewhere. Okay, completely off topic. Let rapport building be natural. Okay, let trust be natural. Again, rapport building is something you do naturally, on the fly when you're speaking to the client. Relate to the client. Show them how much you care, genuinely care. Okay? People trust people that care about them, that show them, that lead them down the path that's going to basically put them in a position where they can protect their family. That's when the trust is built. Trust is not something you have, is not a secret word that you say. It's showing the client that you care. So remember, rapport building's got to be something that is natural. It's a conversation. Okay, you got to care about the client. Okay, again, the client does not care how much you know. So if you're a salesman and you're not genuine, they don't care how smart you are and how much you know because they know you don't care. So they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Okay, so with that said, I hope that made sense to you guys. Now, also, very excited. Okay, on a different note, to change topics, website will be launched within the next 24 hours. I don't know if I'm going to launch it over the weekend or wait till Monday. Very, very anxious. Okay, it's fantastic. There's going to be multiple mentorship products available to you guys, anywhere from 8 hours, 4 hours, 1 to 2 hours. Okay. Also, by the minute. Okay. It's all going to be in there. Matter of fact, I'm going to probably put the links in the email next time we go ahead and the next video I leave. But I'm very, very excited. Again, remember, this mentorship program is strictly and solely to get the telesales agent that's struggling, or the telesales agent that did not get to the next level yet, or a telesales agent that's transforming from face to face to telesales to just get to the next level by simply just understanding what's upon them, accepting the path that they have chosen and how to become successful, what kind of potholes are in the way. Again, it's the best thing to know is if you go into a destination, it's great to know the map out where you got to go. Okay, you know what's in front of you instead of doing it blindfolded. Okay, and again, and you'll achieve ultimate success. So I'm very, very excited to go ahead and help the other agents get to the next level. And again, we go over audio. We're going to be going over, basically, just to give you some sort of a nutshell. And the mentorship is going to consist of telesales mindset. That's really important. Your call structure. Okay, custom script building. Okay, depending on which package you choose. Okay, the mentorship, whether it's 8 hours or 4 hours, you will have a custom script building. We will sit together and we'll custom make you a script based off of your personality. Okay, very excited about that. I got really cool stuff with that. Handling objections and rebuttals. Okay, obtaining quality leads, where you need to go to get the best leads out there. Because let me tell you something, 8 out of the 10 lead vendors out there are garbage. Okay, sales automation. Efficiency. Okay, how are you going to make your sales efficient? Okay, where you can write somebody like this without having to shuffle through open and closing tabs. Okay, systemization. Okay, depending on what you want to do, if your main goal is to build websites, build yourself a website or any kind of lead generation. Okay, I'm going to show you the path to do that. Okay, where you can get to a certain level, maybe down the road, to go ahead and self-generate your own leads. Okay, also, again, I can't stress it enough, game film. Okay, going over your tape, your audio, very, very important. Okay, intelligence gathering, rapport building, doing something that I am the best at in the industry is that's getting the double. Okay, selling the spouse, manufacturing the double when you're on the phone with somebody. For some reason, agents, they don't even know how to ask, and they don't know. And when they do ask, they don't ask the right way. Okay. Also, power of affirmations. So this is just what's upon us as far as what's going to be offered in this mentorship program. Very, very excited. So, with that said, if you have any questions at all in the comment box, I'll address them. Again, this has been a crazy week. I'm finally very excited about getting this launched because it's been sucking up a lot of my time. Still on that march to $250,000 AP, and I really got to turn it up a couple of notches because I'm only about halfway. All right, so I really got to go ahead and redline it the next month. So, again, I'm very excited to finally get the mentorship going, so it could be more on a schedule basis, not a sporadic all over the place. So with that said, I hope hope you guys had a kick-ass week. If you didn't hit your goals yet, okay, just again, just keep on going and going and going. Work hard. Make sure you zero out your dialer. Okay, and if you go ahead and you get utmost work ethic, commitment to yourself, you put it to action, success is guaranteed. Okay. Again, if you have any audios, reach out to me. We'll go over them. All right, but you definitely have the website be launched probably within the next 24 hours, and I'll go ahead and post and get the links and everything else. So very excited. So with that said, I hope you guys had a great week. Keep on going. Saturday is 20% of the work week, okay, or an add-on. So remember, there's ordinary and extraordinary. Which one do you want to be? All right. So talk to you soon.